Good evening. My name is Nada St. Germain, and I'm really excited to have this business training with you guys tonight. Heather shared this one tool with me that I thought would be helpful for us in sharing the business opportunity with people, or if you're asking them to take a look. And what we're finding is sometimes you're going to meet really people that are committed, that are really excited, and they want it. They'll take the time out to watch the 15 or 20-minute video. But then sometimes you're going to find people that just want something really quick and to the point, just to give them an overview. So let's play this quick little video that Heather found, and then we'll have a discussion around it.
You own a crystal ball? No. Well, it's useless anyway. To predict the future, just read the present carefully. The trend is clear. In the working world, we are being increasingly freed from permanent positions, free to pursue new professional opportunities. At Neolife, this has been the case since 1958. Here we are not employees, but entrepreneurs with dreams and goals, who have launched their own startups in the wellness market with zero risk. All this with the guarantee of the highest quality products, developed by world-renowned scientists. Well, Neolife is looking for people who want to achieve financial freedom, to live the life they have always wanted. Do you also want to improve your life? A solid international reality and an ever-growing market, wellness are awaiting for you. You'll receive all the support you need. Training, a qualified team by your side, digital marketing tools and more. Icing on the cake. An easy and intuitive personal e-commerce ready to use with no computer skills required. All without fixed working hours. You will enjoy total freedom and you will get to decide, in complete harmony with your schedule, whether to devote yourself part-time or full-time. Neolife, your future starts now.
Okay, so that's that. I'm going to stop the share. So, any feedback on that short video? I know, Lynn, you guys have seen this with Heather already. I did have a discussion with Heather about it a little bit tonight. The one thing I was a little concerned about is when they said no computer skills required, or I know, Heather, I know, Lynn, I know that was your thing, but I have to say, there have been people that aren't that computer savvy, but we help them along the way and they learn along the way. So I think it depends on how you look at that actual comment. Would you say? Oh, you can unmute now, guys.
I'm one of the worst. I was laughing because I'm at the bottom of the chain there for understanding the technology. My God, I have to ask every day something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I laugh at that. It's like, oh, I don't know about that.
But I think if there's people that are scared to start because of that, that shouldn't give them the reason not to take a look at the business, because we can guide them and we can support. Even Eulalie, right? I mean, remember the fear of Facebook and Instagram. Remember Eulalie? It's like, but you're learning as you go along, and that's what the team does. We work together, right, to support and learn as you go.
I haven't mastered it.
It's okay. I know we need to get together. Sometimes that's something that's good one-on-one. Anybody else?
But I think that's when it's clear, kind of right, by saying no computer skills required. We know everybody now knows how to turn on their phone and knows how to surf the internet.
Right.
So the basic computer skills are there.
Right.
And now with the support of the team, which they also talk about,
yeah,
you're always able to navigate the system.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And if all fails, the company actually will help you.
Yes.
Call distributor services, and they would do some of the that work for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Cesar is great. If you want to build an international business and you have a Spanish market, they're there to work with that team. You don't even have to be involved that much. Like the support from the office and the staff there are amazing. Even in Africa, I mean, it's amazing how they were just contacting the office there, and they have the connection there, right? So that's what's so nice, is the support is everywhere. Oh, and Heather is saying, and there are many ways to share the phone app, right? There is there's one-on-ones and catalog meetings, right? So yeah, they can easily do, there's other things that they can do if they're afraid of the computer, right? So definitely other tools that they can use. Thank you, Heather. Okay.
And I think this came out of Northern Europe, didn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
And was it Patience or Eulalie, or who was it that brought that to? Because
I think it was Heather that found it in the European, or was it Patience?
I know. I think Heather showed us the little cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
So I work with Northern Europe sometimes, because I think the UK is in Northern Europe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
oh, so it's out of the UK. That video, that
No, actually, the UK doesn't have an office. The UK office, we work with Sweden.
Yeah, yeah. They used to have a UK office. I was there when they launched and opened London, but that was, oh my gosh, how many years ago? Probably 45 years ago. And no, sorry, 30, trying to think. Yeah, maybe 28 years ago, 29 years ago. And anyways, it didn't do very well. So they closed the office, and now they're working directly from Sweden. So, and it's starting to grow again, because that's where we had our 50-year. Neolife celebrated 50 years in London. So, and then they started to kick it up again. So pretty exciting.
So that video is actually coming from, if you look at all the countries in neolife.com, it has Northern Europe, Southern Europe, and then it has other European countries. It's like a separate little line. And if you go to that part, then it's right. You just scroll down. You don't even have to go into another link. You scroll down on the homepage of other European countries. That's where it is.
Excellent.
Sorry, I'm still eating supper.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. No worries. So is Wen.
I think that I was probably the starter of this, because my brother was trying to sign on a friend of his from Ottawa who had moved to Germany, became quite sick there and couldn't get back because of COVID and his own illness, that the plane would not take him on. So he wanted to go on the products, and we were looking at international stuff. So I was in contact with the Neolife office about that. And that's how I found this. And
excellent.
That's where it started.
Oh, good. Okay. Again, just another tool, you know what I mean? It might resonate with you. It's always good to share some of these things. And I like it because it's short, and that's what Heather pointed out. It's a very short and to the point presentation, right? Okay. Another thing I want to talk about is a little bit about the inviting formula. Hoping I can get it open. Now, can you see this now? The getting started guide.
Yes, it's a bit bigger than the screen though.
Okay, hang on. Can you read it though?
No, just very small.
Yeah, okay, if I do that though, then it kind of.
Maybe if you shift it the other way.
I'm trying, yeah. Oh, here we go.
Discover, okay.
Okay, how's that?
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
Better.
So,
Yep, we can read it.
Who has some examples of sharing Neolife out in the field now that we're on this 30-day blitz, using some of the script that we have in this getting started guide? Anybody have any examples? Because I have signed up 3 club members, no promoters yet, from the 30-day blitz, and following up was the key. My last sign up was the lady that I met on day 1 of the blitz, Flavia. She was so busy that she could not meet me for coffee, but she loved the shakes. And then I kept inviting her to meet with her. And finally, she just said, do we have to meet? Can I just not just get started? So I was going to say, what am I going to say to that, right? I said, absolutely. So she started on her breakfast pack. And we still want to get together for coffee. But I did ask her, if she'd be open to taking a look at a business opportunity that wouldn't interfere with what she's presently doing, because she was at cash at the grocery store. And she said, no, not really. I'm really busy. We just bought a house and we're moving, and my kids are in soccer and they're in rap, and I'm all over the place. But what is it? And then I just said, well, they're, really good quality supplements for energy. She goes, what about weight loss? I'm really struggling with weight. I said, absolutely. And I said, well, I have some samples. Do you like smoothies? And she goes, yeah, actually I've tried some before. And I said, but if I was to give you a sample, would you be willing to give it a try and get back to me? And she said, oh yeah, for sure. So anyways, she did try them. I followed up with her in a couple of days, and she loved all the flavors. And again, I wanted to meet with her one-on-one. It didn't work. And then she just signed up. So I think, and that was again on day one of the 30-day blitz that I connected with her. We just kept trying, texting, calling, texting, missing each other. And then finally she just said, can I just get started? So there was also, okay, go ahead. Anybody else have any examples?
Well, I'm sure.
Who's talking?
Sadie.
Oh,
I'm supposed to.
okay, hang on. I'll have to mute Sadie. Where is she? Oh, I don't see Sadie. Oh, there she is. Okay. Any other stories? Anything, guys? Come on, this is for you. That might help the team. Connecting, talking, sharing. How are you meeting people, Joan?
Yeah, so yesterday, a guy came to service our furnace. So I had just a few minutes. I'm thinking, okay, what am I going to do here, right? So he looked really young. So I said, oh, you look so young. And he was like 26, right? And so he's walking out, and I said, oh, how long have you been doing this? So he's telling me he did trade, right after high school, and he's doing this. And I'm going, okay, have you ever thought of having your own business? I didn't do the script that
That's okay.
Have you ever thought of doing your own business? He says, no. Well, some people have asked me to do stuff, but it's, conflict of interest. And I said, well, and he's right by the door, so I gotta hurry, right? So I said, would you be open to, I have my own business in health and nutrition. Would you be open to taking a look at it? And he says, health and nutrition. Yeah, he's interested in nutrition. He said, do you have any vegan shakes, right?
Well, there you go.
So I said, well, if I can give you a sample. And I said, how about it? Can I make it now for you? And I made him half a shake, and he really liked it. He said it was really good. He usually uses, Vega? He said, this is really good, right? I gave him 3 Pro Vitality. And I sent him information on the Pro Vitality, and I sent a catalog. So I'll follow up with him. I just have his email address. So that was last night. So that's it for yesterday.
That's good, right? You took a chance, right? Like a young guy leaving quickly. I mean, I know I've done that too a couple of times with people where I hesitate and I think, oh, why not? Right? Let me just ask the question, right? Excellent. Thanks, Joan. That's a good one. And if you have the opportunity to make them a shake right on the spot, that's awesome. Anybody else?
A cousin I supported, if you remember a few months ago when some cousins of mine got into an accident.
Yeah.
So he's doing really well now, and he used Omega and Full Motion and TNN. So he's very pleased with the results for both him and his wife. And so I was talking to him over the weekend, and I asked him about considering it as a business opportunity. And he lives in the rural community, so we even talked about the super grow. And he said, sure, I would like to know more about it. So I'm going to send him more information, and I'll take some time probably over the weekend to speak to him more about it.
Excellent.
And he's a teacher by training. So he'll probably use his teaching skills to get around.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's excellent. And I have used this line. Where is it here? It's in one of these where is it here? Where I don't know if it'll be a fit, if you'll be a fit for our company, right? Because sometimes if you kind of let them go a little bit, I don't know if you'll be a fit, but it'd be great if you could at least take a look, right? How do you know what you're saying no to? Okay, so that's always a good thing to, if the people are kind of not sure. Okay.
I
Anybody
was
else?
going to say I met a lady yesterday, and she was telling me that she had migraines and nothing has ever worked for her migraines. And I said, oh, I said, do you know like why you have migraines? Or no, I don't know. Just, you know, she pops Tylenol and Advil as she needs to. And then as we got talking a little bit more, she said that she's in marketing, but she said she always wanted to be a nurse. And I was like, really? I said, I always wanted to be a nurse. And so we just started connecting, and then we started talking about homes, and she always wanted to do like home renovating. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's sort of my side gig.
Wow.
And so anyway, she says, well, marketing really isn't my thing. It's just that job that, you know. And I said, well, would you mind if I send you some information on some great, you know, product, something that I know could maybe help your health, and she could look into that. And she's like, yeah, sure. So I've got her her contact information right here. So that's when this call's done.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah. So we connected, and I think that really helped.
I think so. Asking questions and finding things that you're in common, have in common, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really, really important. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for sharing. That's a great story. Anybody else have a story of connecting or meeting someone, starting a conversation? When?
I'll go for something now. I'm finding that one of my favorite lines is, it is the if I would you. So it's, are you open? Are you open to looking at some more information on health? And they'll say, sure. And I'll say, well, if I send you a link for a health talk that we have every Tuesday evening, it's generally, I say it's around 35 minutes long, but there is then a question period. And so it can be a bit longer if you stay for the question period. So would you be open to that if I sent you the link? So that's one of my favorite lines is, would you be open if I send you the link?
Right. Excellent.
And I've been going on a lot of hikes lately. It's kind of my stress reliever. And I've met 3 new people just going on these hikes, and I've gone on additional hikes with them individually. So no going out for coffee or coming into my house or anything, but certainly they're happy to go on a hike with me. And I'm just learning how to ask lots of questions. So I'm getting their health histories.
Yeah.
In that regard, I'm pretty proud of myself, but there should be no but there. But, I'm just waiting for some opportunity to give them some more knowledge and information about the products.
And they were saying how sometimes it's 5 times you connect or talk to them before they make a decision. It could be even up to 10, with a 10 to 15 times sometimes. So, and I think that's why if you're talking to 2 people a day, then it goes into April and you've already got these people in the funnel for March, right? And then you're adding more people in April, and then you're going to go back and follow up with your March crew. Then, it's just you're just going to have all these people. Because I found that what was happening with me, I had lost, I was going back to people from the past, and I was, trying to revive people that have stopped taking the products, and they just weren't biting. And I was feeling kind of like, I can't, why is this happening? Right. And then when Stephen launched this, literally it forced me to get out and just talk to people, right. And meet new people, connect with new people and start conversations and, find out if you have something in common and just share. I think it's great. That's great, Wen. Hiking is awesome. Anybody else?
I have a story here.
Okay.
Because I'm at Winners, right? And the people have started, and I've been talking to certain people, like they know what I do part-time. And this lady, unfortunately, she showed me, she goes, hey, you gotta come see my leg. I go, okay, what's wrong with your leg? And she showed me, she said, put your finger here. Oh my gosh, it was a varicose veins. And she's just popping out. Oh, it was so bad. And I felt so bad for her. I said, okay, listen, you gotta, I'm gonna give you my number. And she go, yeah. So she was supposed to call today, and I was supposed to do a 3-way with Nada, but she ended up in the hospital, and she says, okay, I'll talk to you later, right? So because there are certain people that I have been talking to over a period of time, so they know that when I say something or they come to tell me things, and it's easier. So I've developed a relationship. So you know what? It's a matter of time but the poor lady, so there are certain people at Winners, and I have to be careful when I do this, as I mentioned before. But it's also
you're a pro at just showing you care. I think that's the big thing. You just have to be able to show that you care, right? It's not for any other reason that you actually care, right? You know you have something that can help them. You care, whether it be about the business, whether it be about their health, and you definitely have a natural. That's just who you are, Leonie, and you just have to just share more and connect more and do more. That's all. Add more people to the funnel, and you'll start to see things will start to move through that pipeline.
Yeah, thank you. And I think to a large degree, and all of us are the same way, because we all want to help it. And it comes across as not fake. It's like you really want to help. And I know people will sense that, right? And if it's not, it's not, and it's another time. But other than that, if they really, really want help, they will come up to you. Yeah. So,
but don't ever give up on inviting and connecting and sharing, because remember the first boy that I met that had Crohn's at the grocery store. He's in college and he plays hockey, and he's probably like in his early 20s. And eventually I did follow up to see if he's ready to get started, but he already bought some protein shakes that he'd already been using, wanted to use them up. So I just, about a week or 2 weeks later, I just said, hey, how are you? He said, things are not going well right now. So then all I said was, Christopher, just remember, I'm always here. If you have any questions, any concerns, just reach out. I'll always be here to help and support. So so just like that. And he said, thank you. So I did invite him to Thursday, because he to do the digestion talk. If he comes great, but I'm going to reach out to him again and say, hey, I was thinking about you. I don't know if you saw the Facebook invite, but it'd be great if you just to listen. You don't have to show your video, just listen. And so, again, just that showing that I care. I just reached out and said, hey, how are you? How are you doing? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Yoli, I know you've got a lot of people in the pipeline. And Heather, I'll have you next. So I just saw your hand go up. Sorry. You've connected with quite a few people over the last month.
Yep, that's true. Actually, I was speaking to a gentleman this morning. His wife, they tried having kids years ago and it didn't work, and they started a program. She eventually became pregnant, so now that's their business. And so he and I are going to have a one-on-one, because what I'm sharing with him is what they need to, anybody, because he's looking at women 35 to 45, and I'm saying, the key thing is to build up your immune system. So we talked this morning, but we're going to set up a one-on-one. I sent him an email to schedule one, so hopefully we'll be talking soon.
That's great. And you can share my sister's a testimonial, Yuli, because she had her first baby at 40 and second at 42. And it's to do with hormonal balance too, right?
Right.
So
actually, he did ask me if I had any testimonials. So that's what I would need to get from you.
Yeah, my sisters and Ashley. Actually, I saw Ashley today at the gym. She was nursing her fourth baby boy today. When I was blow drying my hair in the gym, there she was nursing her little guy. And oh my gosh, she's just a trooper, that one. Yeah, but that's great, Yuli. Just keep sharing, and eventually somebody will say yes. That's the key. It's a numbers game. Heather.
Yeah, well, I think I had shared already about the lady who came to the presentation last Tuesday. I had invited her on Monday after our curling game, and she said, oh yeah, that's really great. And then Tuesday I sent her the reminder and made sure she had the link. She said, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. And so then afterwards she just said, yeah, sounds really good. And the next day she basically signed herself up. But what I didn't tell everybody on last week was I had invited her to a spa hour in 2019. It was the last in-person meeting that I did before COVID. And she came, and in that spa hour, I showed the little 3.5-minute video on the breakfast pack, just as, you know, support from the inside. And then we did our spa hour. And she was there and she tried everything. And she said, oh, that's really nice, you know. And I've crowed with her for the last 2 years. We're sort of in the same leagues, not with her. And so she said, yes. So I guess really what I get out of that is it's timing. She just, there was something, because I had shared the week before about, or maybe even that week, about the article that I have on long COVID and recovery and the importance of gut bacteria, and who would like that article. And she was interested because she had COVID and her husband has some other stuff going on. Anyway, I guess it was just the timing, and she was open, but she is actually using another brand's products right now. She said, when I'm finished those shakes, I want to try these. And when I mentioned about the skincare, I said, oh, well, I'll send you the one on skincare, because she was curling that night. She couldn't be there. And she said, oh, my daughter would maybe be interested in that because she has some issues with skin. So, you know, it's timing. It was timing.
Yeah,
3 years
is.
ago, I invited her, just kept inviting and being open. And of course, the curling club, we all know each other. So.
No, totally, timing is everything. I said no several times until Gord took us out to dinner, and then we still said no even after that dinner. So could you imagine if he wasn't persistent? Right? We wouldn't be here today, some of us. So yes, definitely persistence and timing. Anybody else?
I have one of the guests from my steel pan show last year. I've been looking back at all these people, and I know he was into health, so I'd called him. His wife has migraines. I mean, I've talked to him like 5-6 times, and it wasn't registering. And so the last time now I sent him a video, and he said this week definitely he'll get back to me, and he's going to order some stuff. So
Awesome.
I went back to all those.
Wow, and that steel pan was that last Christmas?
A year ago. It was.
Yeah, a year ago Christmas when you did the first show. Wow, that's great. Yeah, see, just continue that connecting and following up, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Good one, Joan. Any other examples or stories? And I think it's important because a lot of us need some inspiration, because sometimes we get in a slump. Lynn, your hand is up. Is that because you want to talk, or is that an old hand? Oh, that's me. Sorry.
Sadie?
Sadie?
I have a little encouragement from everybody.
Hi.
Never, good evening, everybody. First and foremost, never doubt or underestimate anybody that you run.
Yeah, don't underestimate anybody, she said. Because Sadie is a goer, boy. She just talks, and she just goes after people and share. Thank you. Sadie's actually visiting from Jamaica. Cindy and I might go see her either this week or next week. So she's visiting her family in Etobicoke.
Cold weather.
But she's still going on, or did it mute accidentally?
I think she brought us some mangoes, Joan.
Oh, good. I'm coming.
Real mangoes. Oh.
Real mangoes from the tree, not from the grocery store.
I have an interesting story about someone I'm working with now. She's actually one of my Providence associate members, and we're on a committee together. And at the end of it, we stayed on just to talk to each other. And she told me about how her dog, who's always on her lap every time we have a Zoom, we always see Rowan because he's on her, and he's not a little dog, but he's on her lap. And she was telling me that he's having, really bad digestive issues. And all I could think of was, and I don't know if you're aware of this, but Elizabeth Martin, I'm calling her the dog whisperer of Neolife, because she's really been, she's got a whole website, which I joined because I have grand dogs now. So my kids have dogs, and I thought maybe I'll get to my kids through their dogs. So anyway, she was very intrigued about it. So she's looking into it with me, but she's not happy with the idea of joining a club club membership, or I'm using auto ship to get the best price. And that's what I was saying to her. I mean, you might not get the benefits of auto ship and that you'll get free product points. I don't think that will work for you because you don't need to order every month. According to Elizabeth, who I did consult with, I sent her the information and she suggested that Rowan be started on Vita Squares, because he probably has something going on with his immune system. So I just passed that information by her and she finally said to me, no, I don't think at this point in time I can do that. I really want to check back with the vet who wants to put him on hydrolyzed protein. Like, I don't know. Anyway, I just said, well, run this information that I shared with you by the vet about the fact that it might not be a digestive issue. It might be a compromised immune system issue.
Sure.
Maybe it just gives him a broader way of looking at it. And I reminded her that our products, if she chooses to treat him for his immune system or his digestion, let's think about the products and find a way that we can make it easy for her to get them because they are superior products. So we'll see how that goes. That's really what happened there with her. I just thought it was interesting because it was about her dog.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
When I can just add something to that. I mean, we used to give Max, he's the acidophilus when he had digestive issues, a little bit of aloe, which he didn't, but I had to mix water with it. And he even took the Neolife shake. He takes the shake, right? I put the shake on, the sports performance protein, all that. So, we've always done that for him, and he loves the shake. Well, he loved the shake, and it's just the vanilla one, of course, not the chocolate, right? So, yeah.
We should post some of those pictures in the Neolife Healthy Living community because there are a lot of people that'll spend more money on their animals,
on their pets than they will
on their kids. I'm dead serious. My sister, oh my gosh, her dog, salmon oil, acidophilus,
Yeah.
She doesn't even bat an eye.
So that would be a wonderful testimonial if you feel like doing that. It might be a little tricky.
Yeah, I had one actually not long ago about on his birthday. I took a picture of him with the Neolife with the sports performance 14.
Yeah,
that would be great. Get that on there and I'll show it to Eleanor.
Okay, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, they just love that stuff, especially if they're real animal lovers. It's awesome.
And they work. It's a good
Elizabeth
for
must
stomach,
be.
right? It's really
It's
good.
funny, that's when when my husband was so skeptical about the products, and then we got a testimonial of this cat that couldn't hop from the floor up on the bed because of arthritis in his hips. And he called me and said, my cat is now, after being on the salmon oil, is jumping on the bed, no problems. And I said, so do you think it's psychological for the cat now, right? And then he's like, oh,
good point. Yeah, that salmon oil for animals is dynamite when they're in there.
Yeah, and a lot of vets
years.
And a lot of vets recommend it for their coats and for their fur if they have like dandruff or itchy skin, and even Rest X for allergy. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of stories of people using the product. So yeah, animals are, like I said, a lot of people out there love
They're
their
the fur babies. They're just very important to people. Yeah,
absolutely. Anybody else? I'm having to say though, you guys got to start getting more active on posting stories, videos, and once you start to create that following, that's how I signed up one of my club members. He's been watching some of my posts, and I just reached out and said, hey, how are you? It's been so long. And then he just replied and said, yeah, definitely what you've been doing for the last 30 years has been working. So you just never know, right, where people are at in their life. Right? Yeah.
No, she's waiting there.
Sadie again. Sorry, Sadie, I have to meet you, hun. All right. So we're gonna, if there's anything else, I do need a little bit of a break to connect with my family before we head on to the other Zoom. But if there's anything else before we close, and I think we're gonna have Wen and Joan share tonight. So that's awesome. And Serena, are you coming back for the 8? I know sometimes you don't.
No, I have some other connecting to do tonight, but thank you.
I know you've got lots of follow-up. Awesome, no problem. Well, Thursday's going to be awesome. The link is out. start inviting. If you haven't received a Facebook invite, let me know and I'll do a search and I can invite you if you don't find it, okay?
And it's on digestion?
Mhm.
Okay, maybe I can get Eleanor to come and find out about digestion. And
There you go. There you go.
I will do that. I will try that. Thank you.
Awesome.
Nat,
Okay.
I couldn't find the link on the Facebook invite because I
Oh,
wanted to copy and paste it to somebody.
Oh, okay.
But anyway,
You got,
later on tonight.
I'll give you a quick shout. I'll check it and see. I'm
No.
sure I invited you.
Yeah, I got the invite, but I don't know how to, like, usually there's a link for the Zoom separate, like kind of in there.
It
So
should
that
be
I
there.
could copy.
I'll check.
Oh, okay. I'll
it should-
double check. I could be wrong.
Okay, awesome. All
Thank
right,
you.
guys. Thank you. Have a good night. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Good night.
Good night.